Good afternoon, Pisces, and we're going to do a reading for you this week. These are very general readings. Feel free to check all your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs for additional information about what might be going on with your life. And just to let you know that these are these cards are all pre-shuffled and prepared and prayed over before I even turn on the camera. So let's get started. This is the Oracle Mystical Moments deck, and it'll give us an intuitive idea of where we're going. I wonder why my voice is all creaky all of a sudden. Okay. Right. A message for Pisces. What's useful for Pisces? What does Pisces need to know? Well, almost got something. What does Pisces need to know? All right. We have two cards. The deck has heard my plea for not quite so many cards, please. Okay, we have the moon prominently featured in both of these. To the moon and back and moon dance. I love the moon. We're both looking to the future. Both cards are. Both cards have messages that aren't going anywhere. Things that could be said but have not been said. The moon and back is talking about dreaming about going somewhere. This could be not a physical place. This could be just someplace where you're not right now. You have these wings. You could fly off. You could fly forward. You have these birds on you. You have messages that you're holding on to. You're not letting them go yet, but they're there. They're there to go. So you're really looking to the future, and you're really looking at where you'd like to go and where you'd like to be, but you're not going there yet. You're kind of hanging out here. There's not a lot of movement in this card. You're definitely holding where you're at right now and dreaming. There's a lot of dreaming going on here. The similarities in these cards are really striking to me. Just you're both looking towards both women are looking towards the future, the birds, the moon, the elevation. They both have two strings. Here the strings are holding up the moon and are part of your swing that you're sitting on. And here you're actively walking across the string while holding on to another one that's helping to keep you balanced and helping to bring you forward. So in the moon dance one, I'm just a little amazed that these are both moon cards. So in the moon dance card, you're moving forward. You're in a precarious dance. It's in the air. There could be ideas that you are exploring, or a journey, an internal journey that you're on that you're only halfway across. It's a little precarious. You can see the fall below you. You can see you're relying though on your intuition and self-reflection to keep you elevated. And in this card, your self-reflection is also keeping you elevated, keeping you up at a height. You're not falling. You could fall and you could be very harmed, but this self-reflection, this reflective vibe going on with you is helping to keep you elevated, helping to keep you up. So you're relying on intuition and self-reflection to keep moving forward, to keep going forward. So both of these have a vibe. This one has a you're halfway there vibe, and you've got your three little birds singing everything all right. So in this one, you're really trusting your intuition. You're really relying on it to bring you forward, to bring you, to keep going on this sort of treacherous little mind journey or journey of the heart or something, fairly ethereal ideas. You're figuring something out, and your intuition you're heavily relying on it to help you move precariously forward. And this one, you're even more heavily relying on your intuition to keep you up, keep you balanced, but you're not moving forward. So you're going from a place of just sitting with your intuition and understanding it and relying on it and envisioning a future. And then you're going to a place of really relying on it to move forward. So this card has a lot of movement in it. So you are moving forward. You're going to be moving forward. You're going to be going from a place of stagnancy to moving forward. You won't be completing the journey, but you'll start moving. All right, let's go to the body of the reading with the Santa Muerte deck. These again have been very thoroughly pre-shuffled. All right, Pisces. What do we have for Pisces? This is your past. This is your present. This is your inner landscape. This is at issue. This is the environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. Okay. All right. Well, we've got some silent birdies here, but in your recent past, you had a hell of a lot of communication. It was very passionate, almost a instinctive yell. Something very deep and emotional was communicated, and very passionate. Lots of communication. This can also just be just a huge volume, almost a frustrating volume of communication. I think of this as like everybody on your Zoom meeting came off mute at the same time, and you're having a hard time hearing what's being said because so much is being said, so much is being communicated. So this is a little bit of an overwhelming amount of communication going on here in your recent past. In your present, you have the Queen of Swords. So there's someone either in your life or you that is very battle-worn, has really seen some shit. It does not take shit, knows her own mind, is not looking for you to agree with her on what is real and what is not real. She's got her story, her version, her ideas. She's got them and well in hand. She has a lot of experience in doing battle. Maybe she can have a sharp tongue, but she is holding it and she's holding back, and she doesn't really want to engage in battle anymore because she's really fucking sick of it. She doesn't want to deal with this shit. She will if she has to. So that's either a presence in your life, that's either describing someone in your life, or that's describing a place where you're at right now in your life. Maybe a lot of this communication was unpleasant and she's holding back. I mean, honestly, we see this energy too, holding back things you want to say, things you want to communicate, ideas that you have. You're holding on to them. You're not communicating them. You don't want to argue. You don't want to fight. You just want to chill out for a while. So in your inner landscape, we have this justice. So you're really working with ideas of fairness, balancing things. What's fair? Is it fair to ask you to do battle? Is it fair or what's fair to say? You're really wrestling with an idea of fairness, with a harvest, with judgment, being judgmental. You're kind of struggling with these ideas. You want to be fair. I like this sword too. This one's really well decorated too. In the Aquarius reading, I was just talking about how much I love armor and battle gear that's been decorated and beautified. So I think this is really talking about, like, in order for fairness to prevail in this situation, some sharp words may need to be said. And there's a little bit of cutting down energy here. But here we have a clear message of making sure that's balanced with beauty, with love. Whatever sharpness you need to bring to a situation, you're really working within to figure out how to make it beautiful, how to bring some artistry into this, and how to make this this beautiful, this justice, this fairness. So this is something you're really wrestling with and thinking about. And I love that we have this sickle scythe thing here, and we have this sickle moon here. So I think that there's something there. There's something there for you. So you have a lot of passion for bringing fairness into a situation. This is, I don't usually do the horoscope, the signs in the cards, but this is the Libra card. So there is like, in your inner landscape, you are behaving very Libra-like. You are wanting to find balance, wanting to bring balance to a situation. And you're trying to figure out how to balance yourself, how to balance these, the need to cut, maybe cut some things with a need for beauty and passion and love. And how do you bring justice to a situation in passion and love? Because what we're seeing right now is you don't want to fight. I'm guessing this is you based on the moon and back card. You don't want to fight. You're not interested in that. You can have a battle of the words. You don't want to. So you're really wrestling with like how to be fair and how to bring justice to a situation. That involves being fair to yourself. That involves bringing balance to your words, making sure that this communication is tempered with something beautiful, some sort of artistic expression. At issue is the One of Swords. So we actually have a couple swords here. So there's some ideas in communication, which we started off with. What's funny is this Eight of Wands card is heavy communication, and it's interesting that it doesn't take place in the Swords suit. It takes place in the Wands suit. It's a very inspired communication. So what's at issue here, and we take the reverse meaning, we have the Ace of Swords. So this is supposed to be inspiration, a sudden understanding of truth, sort of a divine understanding of truth. And you're not having that right now, which is, I think, why you're in this inner landscape of trying to balance things out and figure out how to communicate what needs to be communicated in a beautiful way. And you're not really seeing it. You're not having the epiphany that you need, that you're expecting, that you're hoping for, that's going to make this all make sense and make everything come together and be a perfect, harmonious communication. So you're not having that inspiration of what to say. You're kind of stuck. You're looking for it. You're needing it right now, and it's not coming. You're stuck without this divine inspiration of what the truth is of the situation, what you need to say. And maybe that's why you're holding back talking, because maybe you understand that there's something in here that you don't see. There's something in here that you don't understand, and you're not gonna like move forward and say a bunch of sharp words if you know that you're not seeing something fully. You don't have the full truth and you want it. You need it. You need this inspiration to come in. So that's a little bit of what's causing a problem. In your environment, we have the Devil. So in this card, the Devil talks about inspiration. The Devil talks about those things that pull on us, those passions that, where do they come from? Why am I passionate about this? I don't know. So it's a little bit of a bedeviled energy. This could also be, again, I don't usually like to do the signs, but this could be a Capricorn energy. This could be a very controlling energy, addiction, something bedeviling you, and it's in your environment. So it's a person in your environment that's either dealing with some addiction issue, or it's something in your environment that's having a say in what you do. Here we have these musicians. They're playing music, and they're the devil's puppets, and they're playing the music. So there's something about feeling like a puppet, somebody's puppet, and somebody else pulling strings. There's someone in your environment that's pulling strings. And you don't really necessarily feel in control of the situation. There is a lot of inspiration here. I mean, that's one thing I just so love about this deck, is that the Devil is about the inspiration that we don't understand, the passions that we don't understand, and can't control. So there's something in your environment that you're not able to control. It's very passionate, but you're not able to control it. In your to-do list, this is not what I want to see in a to-do list, but we're going someplace good, so hang with me. This is your Nine of Swords. This is self-inflicted wounds of the mind, ideas. reading is so full of ideas and communication, whether we're talking swords, even the wands that we got is the swords of wands, you know, and we've got these birds and this communication. So this is really going internal, and you're safe, but this wants you to deal with some of the nightmares in your head, some of this is an anxiety and depression card, and your to-do list is to really look at that and look at where those anxieties and that depression would be coming from. This is an internalized anger card. This is an internalized frustration card. A battle that was supposed to be external is internalized. So maybe it's asking you, this battle of the words that you're trying to figure out, maybe it's asking you to take that internal. And normally we wouldn't suggest that, but it's your book, you wrote it, it's your sanctuary, you're safe here. But to look internally at what might be going on in your mind that's causing the conflict. Is it a perspective that you have? Is it a perspective that you took on? Is it something that a story you made up in your head about what was going on here? So check the story in your head. Check it against reality. Listen, really look, and self-reflection. Here you're relying on self-reflection. Here you're relying on self-reflection. So this is saying, actually, yeah, self-reflection is where it's at here. You need to look inside of yourself and see where you may be contributing to this conflict. And these issues, you know, is there a story you're telling yourself that's causing you pain, but it's not correlated with reality? So sometimes we need to find someone that we really trust to get feedback on that. Is our story based on reality? But a lot of us can just do that ourselves. Like, you know, make a list of what you actually know, facts, not interpretations of facts, but facts, and then go through that and see where you embellished or where you interpreted or where you added more. And this deck is really asking you to look into some self-reflection. And this is your to-do list, is some serious self-reflection, and to understand that part of the situation that you're in may just be in your head. Now, I don't want to gaslight anyone or tell anyone it's all in your head, because I don't know your specific situation, but it's worth considering and worth thinking about and worth reflecting on, to see if parts of what's going on in your life is based on pain that you've inflicted on yourself that isn't actually part of the body of evidence in the actual facts, but are your interpretations of those facts. A possible outcome, what I love about this is we are the King of Cups. So this could be someone in your environment, or this could be you. This could be someone coming in to help you sort this out. A trusted advisor, a therapist, or this can be yourself. It can be both. You can be stepping into this energy of really being able to handle your emotional liquor. Like, this is a man who is drinking completely of the cup of emotions. He's got his heart right out on his chest. And why does he have his heart out on his chest? Because he is so comfortable and so powerful in his own feelings, in his own emotions, that he can feel sadness without, becoming an alcoholic. He can feel anger without lashing out. He can feel these things, let them flow through him, and understand how his actions can come from a proper dealing with our feelings and our emotions. And he's not ignoring his feelings and his emotions. He's not saying, I'm done with these, they're stupid and don't, just be logical. No, this is a master, and not a master meaning control. This is the control master, but this is a master in that they know they can handle whatever comes up, whatever emotion comes up, get a handle in a very mature, self-reflective way. So this is where you're headed. So this is either someone that's going to show you how to do that, or this is someone that's going to come into your life that is going to have a real emotional maturity to them, and you're going to be able to learn from that and deal with this sort of situation that you're dealing with. But the overall vibe I'm seeing is a lot of self-reflection. A lot of figuring out what you want to say and balancing out the things you want to say, your feelings with what's useful, what you know versus what you suspect, that kind of thing, and really sorting that out and finding the balance between all of those things. All right, Pisces, I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope this was useful for you. I would love if you would, if you haven't already, please subscribe, and commenting and liking the videos helps my little baby channel grow bit by bit, and I appreciate all of your efforts to help that grow. So hope you have a wonderful week.